Oiga, vea, le traigo mi Cali Ventura.
My name's Scott Lee, and I'm the franchisee at Garden City Mad Mex in Queensland. My first experience was as your typical office worker looking for lunch on a typical weekday in a shopping mall. Came across this quirky looking little Mexican restaurant that had stools made of California highway signs, and having lived in California I immediately recognized them, and out of a sea of choices of places to eat, immediately that got me in there. And then having tried the food, I was sold. Funnily enough, my background is in IT, professionally in IT. That spanned until the bubble burst, if you could say, and then held a few sales and marketing roles at a few FMCG companies such as the likes of Nestle and Unilever. And as financially rewarding as it was, I really never felt 100% committed to it and wasn't passionate about it. I think being a customer of theirs initially, I had originally, when it came to a time I chose that, yep, food franchising is right for me, I want to get into a restaurant. Initially I was looking at the high-end pizza market, and I think on the same day that I ended up pulling my deposit from that, deciding that wasn't the way to go, I was coincidentally eating in a Mad Mex and picked up the little franchisee card and gave them a call, and 2 or 3 years later, here I am. For me, it's the point of differentiation. So first and foremost, it's being able to customize. I'm quite picky with my food, so if I ask for no mayonnaise on my sandwich and I get it, that's a deal breaker for me. Secondly, it'd be the fun. Any place can serve you good food, but if the environment's not there, the atmosphere, then it really takes away from the experience. And then of course the freshness. So there's a lot of interpretations of what Mexican food is in this country, and having grown up with it, I like to think I know what the good stuff tastes like, and I think immediately having tried Mad Mex, I thought they were really getting it right. Well, I mean, anyone who has their eyes open can see it's just the fastest growing segment, and I always found it funny as an American here, knowing how popular it is in the US and how it's just as big as burgers, pizzas, Chinese. I always scratch my head as to why it wasn't a big food here. I think there's been a lot of people that have tried to bring it into the market, and maybe the market just wasn't ready yet. But in the last 5 years, it's just exploded. I think there's some people doing a really good job of it. There's some people doing an average job of it. I think Mad Mex is really the pioneer with a lot of the recipes that they try out and a lot of the authenticity. I think Mexican is going to continue to grow, and I think you'd be crazy not to look at it if you're a prospective franchisee. Oh, expect the unexpected, and never underestimate staff. People are the biggest variable, and I think easily the biggest challenge I face every day. Initially it was 3 outlets within 5 years. Possibly 4 within 6. That all depends on how my current store goes. Currently looking at a second site right now. So I think 3 within 5 is still attainable.